Did you know in advance that US officials were meeting Libyan officials in the last few days?
Allies have constantly contacts, and I appreciate very much that some allies have conveyed a very clear message to the Gaddafi regime that Gaddafi must leave power. That's the purpose of these contacts.
Does that mean you didn't know in advance that they were going to have that meeting?
No, but I didn't expect to be informed in advance. I appreciate very much that a very clear message has been conveyed to the Gaddafi regime. So there is no doubt he must leave power.
But do meetings of this kind suggest that perhaps NATO strategy, Western strategy in general, isn't working certainly as quickly as people hoped it might?
Actually, it is working. We are making substantial progress. We have considerably degraded Gaddafi's war machine, prevented a massacre on the Libyan people, saved numerous lives. We see that his economic capacity is declining. Ministers and generals are defecting and deserting. He is politically more and more isolated. And eventually it will lead to the collapse of the regime. It's not a question if Gaddafi leaves power, but when. Time is not on his side.
Eventually, but I mean, many people thought, maybe you didn't, but many people thought this would be a campaign of weeks rather than months. It's several months now. The rebels have made some progress, but it's clearly not over, is it? How long do you think it may take?
I'm not going to guess about timelines. I'm actually not surprised that it has taken some time, because he has gathered a lot of resources during his reign in Libya, and we are very cautious in our operation not to see civilian casualties. But I can assure you that we are prepared to continue our operation as long as it takes to accomplish the UN mandate to protect civilians. We have the necessary resources, and we will see this through to a successful end.
You say you have the necessary resources. You've asked for more planes. Britain says it's sending 4 more. I guess you want more than that in general. Is it hard to see where they're coming from?
No, we asked for more. We got more.
It's enough now?
We have a sufficient number of aircraft and assets to conduct our operations. Of course, we would very much like to see more allies participate actively in airstrikes, but we do have the necessary resources, and we have recently decided to prolong our operation for another 3 months, and we will do it again if necessary. The clear message to the Gaddafi regime is, you can't wait us out. We will stay committed. We will continue our operation as long as it takes to stop all attacks against civilians.
So you're happy with your resource level. Does that mean Robert Gates, the outgoing US Defense Secretary, when he made his farewell speech in Europe earlier this year, and I know he wasn't talking specifically about Libya, but he said, and I'm paraphrasing, European defense contributions are pretty pathetic.
Yeah, but that's a more overall discussion. When it comes to the Libya operation, the good news is that European allies, together with Canada and partners in the region, have taken the lead and provided a majority of aircrafts. For the first time in the history of NATO, Europe has taken the lead. Of course, we should realize that Europe alone couldn't do it. We couldn't carry out this operation without critical and unique assets provided by the United States. And that, of course, leads to Secretary Gates' remarks. We are seeing an increasing gap between the United States and Europe. And from an overall perspective, that is a matter of concern. In that respect, I fully agree with Secretary Gates. If that continues, it will be increasingly difficult for Europe to participate in international crisis management.